Hello, it's Nikki. Welcome back to another day. How has your week been? What's been happening? What's been going on? Lots of DIY has been happening this week. We've got this enormous window in our living room that looks out onto the garden, which is so lovely. But over the winter and having a really old house, it needed some attention, let's just say. And you know what? It's been the biggest metaphor for life and business when you know that you've got to do something and you know it's going to be a big job and you might want to put off doing it. So for weeks, Matt and I have said we must do that window. That window needs looking at. And of course, that window is flipping looking at us the whole time, saying, "You haven't paid me any attention yet. You haven't done the thing." And there's been so many things in the way, the weather, having small children around, figuring out the best way to do it. Again, can you see where the metaphor for hard stuff in business and life is coming from? And then the day came where we had to say, today is the day. And we both were like, today is the day. The window is coming off. So it's got the window where the glass is, and then it's got this kind of protected thing over the top. So we had a ladder. We borrowed a ladder from next door. We had our ladder, and I had no upper body strength to hold this thing, but we patiently kind of worked it out together. There were so many different screws. We needed a different tool. It took way longer than we thought it was going to. Anyway, we finally got this thing off. And it was that moment that you have in life and business sometimes where you just go, oh no, this feels heavy. This feels arduous. This feels like a lot. And that was only the start of it. I think sometimes there's this impression, this thought that you just do the first bit, you just make the decision, and then it will all be hunky-dory. But actually what we found was as soon as we'd taken this big glass off, we started to look at the paint. And we wanted to chip away at it and repaint it. We painted everything before we moved into this house, and but we didn't do this window. And as you look at it and as you begin to scrape away, it's not what you think it is. We thought it was just a bit, the white paint was just kind of crusting off a little bit, be a quick job, we'll have it all done by the end of the day, put the glass on, wham bam, thank you ma'am. Oh no, there are about 8 layers of paint on this thing. And every time we go to scrape it, we've now bought this kind of different chemical thing, which is much healthier way of doing it, because our house is really old. It was in the 1900s, so I've no idea when that bottom layer of paint was painted. It could be yonks ago. So we've now sort of treated it, and we're doing this thing now. Sorry, there's a lot of beeping going on. And it was, again, the biggest metaphor, like, oh, there's layers and layers of this stuff. But actually, after a while, once you get into the groove, the layers start to come off more easily. Or if you find a layer that you're not really sure about, you figure out a way to work through it. So, I will keep you posted on that if you're interested. The second thing I want to tell you about is something really exciting that I have put together. This is so part of my own practice and my own work that I do for companies, as a speaker. I've been doing this for 10 years, so lots and lots of workshops and experience under my belt. But I know at this time of year, so June, 6 months in, I'm really in a reflective period at the moment. And that's because I know that the first half of this year is coming to a close. And it's always a time for me where I stop and I reflect and I ask myself some difficult questions. Because here's what happens. At the beginning of the year, especially if the year before has been a bit meh, it was all right, a bit vanilla, I made some progress, it was all right. And just, and I'm not expecting that every single New Year's Eve you will have that moment of, wow, this is fantastic. This is amazing. I feel so good about this. Because life is rich and ups and downs and challenging and all of the above. But there have definitely been too many years where I've got to New Year's Eve and thought, yeah, it was all right. It was all right. And no more than that. This year when I woke up, I was ready, because the truth was I was so bored of the story that I was telling myself, and it's a lie of I wasn't ready, or now's not the perfect time, or you can't do this anymore, or who are you to do this, or can you really do, like all of the stuff. So this year at the beginning, I made a big long list of what I wanted this year, this version of success for this year to look and feel like. So everything I wanted to be, do, have, and feel. And this is stuff I talk about with my clients all of the time. I have no agenda with my one-on-one clients. I am interested in what they want. And this is why I always do this action. It's like that lovely sweet spot where they go, oh, I just feel like me. I feel really good at the moment. Like things are happening. Things are in a good spot. And usually it isn't, things are amazing, like nothing can touch me, this is absolutely fantastic. Usually it is a bit more like, no, things are moving in the right direction. And I was, even though I know this, I was that prime example of underestimating what I could do in 10 years. And I did cotton onto this quite quickly. Underestimating what I could do in 10 years and overestimating what I could do in 1 year. So literally January the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, I felt like I was out the box going, come on, let's go. And then I realized that I needed to be more strategic, more aligned. There was going to be some inner work that I needed to look at, and some different questions I needed to ask myself. That is that quote of what's got you here is not going to get you there. And if you keep doing the same thing and expecting a different result, that is a version of insanity. And that is probably a version of that quote by Einstein, but it's something along those lines. And so as I was taking action, I needed to ask myself, right, what does this mean then? How do I need to play this? And for the most part, as I do my reflection over these last 6 months rather, I feel really proud of myself for having a go, for being bold, for making some big decisions, for asking some difficult questions of myself, sometimes of other people, giving myself that time and space to find those answers, to work through stuff, to shed things, to declutter, to be open to doing things in a different way, to be a beginner. There have been so many shifts and changes. Do I have all of the results from that work? Not yet. Not yet. Some are still very much like little seeds underground deep in the earth. But I can tell you this, some shoots are beginning to show. Some have even created some beautiful little flowers that are coming. And there are some seeds that I have planted that I know for my life, they will keep on flowering year after year after year. Because I spent so much time figuring out how to create that environment, really looking at it, and again, asking those difficult questions. And so, with all that being said, I am delighted to say I'm going to be doing a workshop on Saturday, the 1st of July. This is all about building your 2023 pick a mix for the second part of the year. And this is not a how to grow a business, although we might talk a little bit about work, because I'm going to be talking about all areas of your life, and not just from a, work, health, parenting, relationship type way. I'm going to be talking about the way that you feel and the way that you talk to yourself and the kind of energy levels that you have and your approach and your outlook to life and the kind of person you are as a leader, as a person in your community, and basically setting yourself up so maybe a year from now, or whatever your time scale is, your future self is going to go, do you remember when you did that workshop on the 1st of July? That was pretty game changing, wasn't it? Do you remember that? And I know that sounds a bit weird, you having conversations with yourself, but that's what it takes. Time, space, concentration, focus, you, me, your pen and paper, and really taking the time and space to work out what you want. There is this assumption that things will just happen. We all watch Disney as children, that sense of if I just stick my head out the window and kind of sing with some birds for long enough, my prince will come. I know that that is the fairy tale, but if we take that metaphor for most things in life, we know that that's not the case. We know that we need to take action. We know that we need to do something different. And so I really look forward to welcoming you on to that workshop, into that space on the 1st of July. And there are 3 ways that you can join. And depending on the kind of level of support that you want, kind of personality you are, and how you want to do this thing. So the first thing is you can come and just join the workshop, and you do get the full replay. So this could be something that is in your life for, I don't know, for years to come. I'm not going anywhere. So as long as the material is live, you have it, or you can download it to your computer. You will have those materials. Also, you get another workshop, which is all about supercharging your goals. Because if, like me, you can get frustrated and a bit impatient with yourself sometimes I need something extra that means I don't know what to do. Nothing's happening. It's not going fast enough. Supercharge your goals is going to be a really lovely accompaniment to that. So I'm giving that to you for free as well. You may want to come to the workshop and then just have a bit of a brainstorming session with me afterwards, which means you go for option 2, which includes an Ask Me Anything. This is where we come together, you pick my brain, we have the Sharpies out, the pens, we chuck around ideas, and we look at different ways where you can get going with the thing. The third option is for the people who go, right, if I'm doing this, I better bloody do it. And that's me sometimes. But equally, I'm all of the options. Sometimes I'm like, I just want to do the workshop. I'm good. I kind of know what I'm doing. I just need a little clarity. Sometimes I'll add the one-on-one because that's really good as well. And then sometimes I am all in. The third option is about working with me for the entirety of July. So you have a one-on-one session. We do pre-work. I send you stuff, I do my own prep in advance of our session, and then you get me for the next 31 days. So the entirety of July. We WhatsApp, we email, we can be in touch, we can voice note, which I absolutely love to do, as do my clients, and we can get going with your idea, with your way of being. I want to be that person for you that is... Holding you accountable sounds a bit serious and a bit like I'm being a bit of a teacher mode. That I don't mean. But is somebody who is there, almost like a pageant mum, with more warmth, going, you can do this, babe. You can do this. Get to the front. Show me what you're made of. And I think we all need that, because in our busy lives, I know myself in this house, like somebody or something always needs my attention. And sometimes at the end of the night, I am completely, I'm done in. Like I don't have that time to do that for myself. And because I do it for clients all the time as well. And maybe that's the same for you. I also invest in coaches and people to help me. So I have that space as well where I can offload things, where I can say, I don't know what I'm doing here, or can I send you this? Or by the way, I did this for the 3rd day running, whatever it might be. This workshop is over on nickyraby.com/2023, as in the digits. So you can join at any level, any of the 3 options, and I will see you there. I will be holding it live. I just ask you to bring some pens, some paper, water, anything else that makes you feel comfy, and meet me online at 9:30 on Saturday, the 1st of July. If you're thinking, whoa, Nikki, what are you talking about? 9:30 on a Saturday morning, get out of town, watch the replay. No problem. No problem. You don't have to be there live, but there may be something powerful about showing up for yourself. Showing up in a way that there are other people there saying, I'm going to do this thing. I'm going to be bold and have a go. I'm not really sure what I'm doing. I'm not really sure what it is yet. I'm not really sure if I can do it, but there is an incredible power in saying aloud, sometimes in a group of strangers, of saying, I don't know all of the answers, but I do know I'm going to have a go. I'm going to prioritize this. I'm going to take this seriously. I'm going to listen to that feeling that is in my belly the whole time, saying, go on. You know you want this. Your instinct, that nudge saying, be brave. Go on. You can do this. Come over, check out all the details, book your ticket, choose an option. If you're doing the one-on-one, as in the option 2 or the option 3, I will be in touch with you personally. All you have to do is book your ticket and I'll take care of the rest. We'll book you in. And I can't wait. I'm so excited to share this with you. I've been doing this work for 10 years. So I've got so many tools and techniques and different things, you know, given my career history as well. I've got so many different modalities and tools. And one of my, I guess, specialities is that I can flip an idea and I can deliver it in a different way, where you go, oh, I thought I knew what was happening next. And now you've spun a different view on it. Interesting. Okay. That's now done something different. I absolutely love doing that. Come on over and check it out. nickyraby.com/2023. And I'll hopefully see you there.